What's going on, everybody? My name is Zach Hartley, and welcome to week 3 of my technical analysis series where I break down my strategies and my plan for the week ahead. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the first two companies that I want to talk about in my technical analysis are Amazon and Facebook. The reason that I want to talk about those two companies is because we're currently up 20% on both of those. And if you want to see those trades, look back through my last videos. I'll also link them up right here. But we're up 20% on both positions right now. So what we need to do is evaluate, do we want to stay in these? Do we want to continue to hold them, or do we want to sell them? So the first one right now is Amazon. And I really like this because we're seeing a very clear pattern. What I mean by that is, when you draw out the trend lines on here, you can see a very clear and concise ascending triangle pattern. Maybe bullish pennant, some people call it. Some people call it a flagpole. Whatever you want to call it, but basically what's happening here is the price is now trading. Within a narrower and narrower channel. You can see it went up, down, and it's basically bounced off this horizontal price line at around 32.60 here. It's bounced off it almost 3 or 4 times, and it's also established higher lows consecutively 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So what's really nice about this is we have upward pressure to buy the stock because it's establishing lower lows, and we think we're probably going to see a breakout on Amazon come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. So I like Amazon. I'm going to continue to hold this position. I think we are going to see a breakout above. If it does break below, I'm going to exit really quick, and I'm going to take about a 15% profit depending on where it opens up. So I'm going to have my eyes on that Monday morning when it opens up. The next company that I want to talk about is Facebook. So Facebook, as you know, is kind of going into a rivalry right now with TikTok. They completely copied TikTok's entire secret sauce and secret formula, and now you can basically get TikTok on your Instagram. And when that happened, we basically saw this jump up here. So it jumped up, it came all the way back down, and then it had another big earnings here, or it had another big day right here, and now we're basically right at that sort of all-time high. So I really like Facebook. I think it has a lot of things going for it. I really like what they're doing. I'm not a huge fan of copying somebody else's business model, but when you're Facebook, it almost seems like that's sort of what you have to do. So when we zoom in here, you can see we had some serious price resistance at this 240, 250 level. We finally broke through that, and what I would expect to happen over the next little while is we are going to start to form a new trend line. So I think we're going to see a new trend line. I'm really happy that we own it right now, and I'm going to continue to own it through this little turmoil section right here, and we're going to see what happens on the other side. So Amazon and Facebook right now are both a hold for me. If you're not in them, I think you might want to be, or at least wait for confirmation for Amazon on that breakout of the ascending triangle or upward pennant. So those are the two that I hold right now that I'm really interested in. Let's go to a couple others that I've talked about recently. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to say if you're getting any value out of this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It sincerely helps me out in getting more views and more traction, sharing the knowledge, and hitting that 1,000 subscriber mark. I would sincerely appreciate it, and here we go. Okay, so this is Very Good Butcher. This is an IPO company, so it might be probably off your radar, but definitely check it out. It is a company that is sort of like Beyond Meat, but instead of a scientifically formulated meat, they basically butcher beans and then turn it into a variety of different products. We're starting to see some support here at the 1415 level. Hopefully we can bounce off of it. If not, I would expect it to even out around this dollar mark. However, they have raised some pretty significant capital in the recent little while, and they have a new facility opening in Vancouver, hopefully in the next year. So I do like this company, but one company that I've been following recently was Good Food. This is another huge growth stock. We made like 50 or 60% on this. Check out my previous videos for that. And as of right now, it had huge gains Wednesday, came back down Thursday, settled on Friday, and now we're back on this trend line. I think it could be an opportunity. And the one company that I have options in right now is Beyond Meat. The reason that I have options in them is because I think we have support here at this 110 to 120 mark. As you can see, this is where we capped out earlier this year. We basically bottomed out, and now we've established support here in early June, and now we're basically hopefully, so here's my plan, is that we're bouncing off of this trend line. Hopefully we have a big week here and we'll do extremely well on those options. I own options right now in Lulu, in Beyond Meat, and in Zoom conference call, and all together they're up about 10 or 20%. So this week should be the one that'll say, okay, that was a good decision or that was a bad decision. Now, the ones that I really really want to talk about this week that are new on my radar are back in tech, and it's Microsoft. So as you know, Trump has said, hey, Microsoft, you got to buy TikTok or I'm probably going to ban it. Well, that's an interesting play for Microsoft here because they have basically formed a double top. So as you can see here, for the last almost month, the price has not been able to break through this kind of 215, 217 level, and now we're hovering right at that 217 level, and it'll be really interesting to see what happens here. As you can see, Microsoft is currently trading within a channel, but if they make good on a deal with TikTok, it could be the breakout that we need to take Microsoft out of this channel and into a new bullish run. So I have my eyes on that. The other company that I just absolutely love as a company in whole is Shopify. As you can see here, they've basically bounced off this trend line here. They're now approaching that trend line again, so if I see a confirmation of a bounce off there, I'm probably going to get into Shopify. I also recommend Shopify long term. So if you're a long-term holder that's looking for e-commerce and tech growth, Shopify is a good spot to put your money. Another good spot is Square. I really like Square, and if you look at them over the last little while, the growth has been extremely steady as well. So Square is looking really good. I really like the tech play right now. We'll see how everything looks. Let's just do a quick recap of the market in general. The Dow Jones is struggling. It has not recovered from its all-time highs here. I would say it's probably down about 10-15%. Now the Nasdaq Composite, however, has recovered from its highs previous to COVID, and we are making substantial growth. Now the scary thing here is COVID numbers continue to go up, so how is this growth justified? How do we keep managing to experience all these amazing results and all these amazing earnings and continued share appreciation? Well, we'll see how the next couple of weeks go, but it's something you might want to think about is how do you protect the downside in case we go back into a lockdown and these numbers start to turn the other way and these shares start to depreciate? How do you manage that? So here's the Nasdaq 100, very similar, and then the S&P 500, similar to the Dow Jones, hasn't quite hit those all-time highs, but it's a lot closer. It's maybe 5%, actually, maybe just a little bit less than where it was prior to COVID. So lots going on here. The market in general is looking healthy. I really like the tech plays and any of these sort of food plays that are a little bit ahead of their genre. So I really like those plays. This week I'm focused on Amazon and Facebook. If Amazon goes through a nice clean breakout of that ascending triangle, I'm probably going to increase my position. And if Microsoft breaks through that double top, I am also going to increase that position. I like Facebook right now. And the last one that I want to look at is Uber. So this is the chart for Uber. If you look at this, you can see that basically since the end of June here, it was trading at $28. It bounced up to about 35, back down to 28, back up to 35, and now it's at about 32.9. It's clearly trading within a channel, and depending on how things go over the next little while, I only see the technology of Uber and Lyft becoming more and more predominant as long as Tesla doesn't completely disrupt them. But I do like their business model. I like the opportunity there. So if we see a breakout on Uber above this 34.50 mark, I'm probably going to be a buyer of Uber as well, and hopefully ride it out to 38, 39 here at the previous highs set at the beginning of June. So that is the last one for the trade here this week. I'm looking at Microsoft and Uber this week. I like Amazon and Facebook so far. I'm going to keep holding those. If you guys want me to review anything, please comment it down below. And remember to like this video. I sincerely appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to you soon.